Pooja Bhatt. I have some very colorful questions for you.
I would expect nothing less Vicky Lalwani.
Pooja Bhatt is a small child. Her father gets drawn to Parveen Bobby, leaves the mother and Pooja Bhatt. घर पर क्या हो रहा था?
घर पर सन्नाटा था. Is Sony the villain? Is Parveen Bobby the villain? Is Mahesh Bhatt the villain? Are circumstances the villain? People talk about, अरे आप बहुत controversial हो. What is controversial?
That cover in Movie Magazine, that body paint cover,
Yes.
you received a lot of flack for it.
Mayhem. When my father wrote Daddy, there was no big plan कि चलो अभी बिटिया को launch करते हैं फिल्मों में. I said, me and act. I don't think I can do it. He said, ठीक है. Dimple Kapadia has a daughter. मैं ये कहानी उनके पास hang on. And I said no to Ashiki. My boyfriend at that time was not too happy with me continuing to be an actor.
The boyfriend you are referring to is Bobby Deol
I met Bobby Deol much later in my life.
and fell in love with him.
Of course, what's not to fall in love with? I mean, one of the greatest lessons that Mithunda gave me about shooting with him for Naraz. And I just went like, so he said, क्या हो गया? So I said, कुछ नहीं दादा, मुझे लग रहा है कि वो shot ठीक नहीं हुआ. He just stopped in the middle of the traffic, Vicky, and said, hey. He said, ये आमिर खान का भूत जो है ना तुम्हारे अंदर से निकालो. ये जब शादी टूटती है, रिश्ता टूटता है 11 साल का, तो एक मौत की तरह होता है वो. For me, my first hero who I had the ultimate crush on was Sanjay Dutt.
Parveen's life was something very tragic.
And people were enjoying the circus. I remember her sitting in the Stardust office using their Xerox machine. And she'd given a long drawn interview about Bachchan Saab.
Amir Khan got attracted to Pooja Bhatt.
There was a spark. The fallout between my dad and Mukesh Bhatt was a long time coming. And it takes a lot for my father to turn away. So वो रिश्ता जो है, शायद मुकेश भट्ट निभा नहीं पाया.
Recently, Mukesh Bhatt also made a statement that he was not invited for Alia's wedding.
Why should I get into Alia's guest list? I used to exchange Asterix and Obelix comics with Sanjeev Kumar. अगर तुम मुझसे प्यार करती हो तो अपने आप से प्यार करना सीखो. That message changed my life. Zeenat Aman and Parveen Bobby, they were women. We had men and women in the industry in those days, Vicky. Then we had a spurt of little boys and girls.
And now,
Now they're generic.
does your instinct say that Raha will become an actress?
I think she is born to be one. मैं कभी रुकती हूँ, मैं महेश भट्ट की बेटी हूँ, मैं हम कहाँ रुकते हैं.
आज द विकी लालवानी शो पर पूजा भट्ट. Pooja, I have some very colorful questions for you.
I would expect nothing less Vicky Lalwani.
Look. It's green, it's blue, it's purple,
Wow.
it's peach, it's yellow.
Wow.
I don't know which color I have missed out. Probably only the red color.
Where's the red?
Only the red is
कहाँ है?
there. But red से सवाल नहीं मिलेंगे ना, आप रुक जाएंगे.
नहीं, मैं रुकती हूँ.
Stop, right?
मैं कभी रुकती हूँ, मैं महेश भट्ट की बेटी हूँ, मैं हम कहाँ रुकते हैं.
So here I go.
हाँ, go for it.
Pooja Bhatt is a small child. Her father, Mahesh Bhatt, gets drawn to someone else, Parveen Bobby, leaves the mother, Mrs. Kiran Bhatt, and Pooja Bhatt, and says that I am physically attracted to that woman. घर पर क्या हो रहा था?
घर पर सन्नाटा था दोनों के बीच में. Before Parveen Bobby came into their life. और बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है कि आप मुझे ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, क्योंकि कल ही भट्ट साहब जो हैं मेरे घर पे आए थे. मैं बांद्रा में रहती हूँ, एक छोटे से बाइलेन में, और मेरी माँ मेरे बगल में रहती है. भट्ट साहब आए थे, उनको भूख लग रही थी, तो माय माँ मेड सम पोहा फॉर हिम एंड ब्रॉट इट फॉर हिम. और उनकी किताब अब रिलीज हुई है, द एशेज आर वार्म. तो उन्होंने मुझे ऐसे ही बोला कि खोल के ऐसी पढ़ो. एंड माय मदर केम एंड सेड कि थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर सेंडिंग मी अ कॉपी. मैं पढ़ रही थी एंड इट्स अ वेरी सैड बुक, महेश. और व्हेन आई रीच द पोर्शन वेयर परवीन वाज हैंडकफ्ड एंड अरेस्टेड, शी सेड मुझे किताब बंद करना पड़ा बिकॉज आई गॉट वेरी अफेक्टेड. आई फेल्ट वेरी बैड फॉर हर. And she said, I've realized after reading this book that there are no villains in life, Mahesh. And I was watching the two of them. And I said, यही तो होता है ना रिश्ता. कि the man who met my mother when he was 17 years old, Bombay Scottish में, आशिकी का जो कहानी है, the love story that Rahul Roy and Anu Agarwal play out in Ashiki was based on my mother and father's romance. उसके बाद में उन्होंने शादी कर ली. I was born. रिश्ता में जैसे मैंने कहा सन्नाटा आ गया because the fairy tale romance did not last. He moved out. वापस आ गए वो. They tried to make their marriage work. They had my brother. But that couldn't save a relationship that had run its course. And then he met Sony and got married. And in fact, I knew about Sony before my mother did. उन्होंने मुझे उठाकर कहा कि I have to let you know that I have met this lady and I'm going to be moving out. It doesn't mean that I love you any less and I'll always be there. तो बहुत लोगों ने कहा कि यार कैसे ऐसे आपको इतनी छोटी उम्र में आपके पिताजी ने ये सच कैसे कह दिया. तो ऐसे अगर वो मुझे नहीं कहेगा तो किसको कहेगा. So I would rather have heard it from my father's mouth or my mother's mouth than hear it from Stardust magazine or Cineblitz magazine or hear it from the Mohalla. But coming back to the scene I saw yesterday. So many seasons have passed in my father and mother's life. He's 77 now. She's 74. But अगर वो एक दूसरे के साथ dignity के साथ में बैठ के मेरी माँ उनको कह सकती है वो किताब पढ़ने के बाद में कि I realized, Mahesh, that there are no villains in life. For me, that is togetherness and that is love. वो जो एक childhood romance था, which bloomed into something deeper. They had me. It continued. But he met Parveen and was drawn to her. And he describes the scene where he came back home. And my mother asked him, late night, huh? Long night at work. Chai piyoge? And he says, I could smell the air. There was a baby smell in the air. And it was a yellow tiled bathroom. And I went into the bathroom and I looked into the mirror and I said, Mahesh, what happened to that childhood romance? So he came face to face with that. And then of course he told her and they collectively told me and he moved out. So was it easy? No, not really. It's not easy when you wake up to the fact that there's no Santa Claus or that relationships don't last forever. कि ये हैप्पीली एवर आफ्टर जिसके बारे में हम बातें करते हैं हमारी फिल्मों के थ्रू या हमारे फेरी टेल्स के थ्रू, वो होता नहीं है. एंड टॉकिंग अबाउट फेरी टेल्स, आई रिमेंबर माय फर्स्ट ग्रिम्स फेरी टेल बुक वाज गिवन टू मी बाय नन अदर देन हेलन जी. सो शी इन्फ्यूज्ड दिस लव ऑफ स्टोरीज इन माय लाइफ. यू नो, मेरी बर्थडे पार्टी पे आई थी व्हेन शी वाज वर्किंग विद माय फादर फॉर लहू के दो रंग एंड गिव मी दिस ब्यूटीफुल लार्ज ग्रिम्स फेरी टेल्स. सो माय लव फॉर रोमांस, looking for that Sapno Ke Saudagar, that seed was planted through her and looking at my parents' romance, and that romance did not last. So he moved out. And my point is, would I rather have a father who acknowledges that he is human, that there has been a shift in his affection, and then moves out of the house and stands by the woman who he's met? Or would I prefer a father who stays under the roof with my mother for society's sake, but has 200 affairs outside? But then there's an air of normalcy and a conspiracy of silence maintained by everybody. क्योंकि यार ये मर्द है ना तो वो कर लेंगे. That never happened in my home. And they both thought that the relationship was over. And then of course the tragedy that played out with Parveen is common knowledge. It's tragic what happened to her. And then my parents gave it a shot again. Didn't work. And that's what I told Sony. Me and Sony had a heart-to-heart conversation in Kunur. We were supposed to do a film together called Love Affair, which he was meant to direct for me, based on the Nanavati murder case. And beautifully written script developed by her and Anvita Dutt. We cast Kalki and Gulshan and Ali Fazal. And we were sitting under the stars one evening, and she said, Pooja, I used to feel so guilty. Felt very guilty. So I told her with all of my heart. I said, Sony, you could not have broken up a relationship that was together. There's no space for anybody in a relationship that is solid in that sense.
Unless there are crevices.
Something was lacking. So somebody else could come and find that space. But when I look at my parents today, the nature of the love has changed. But they are one unit. And that was so clear to me just yesterday, you know. And people ask me that, what about love? So I said, if love can be that two people can be there for each other morally, through thick and thin, even if the world is on one side, you stand by somebody. You can say that, yes, you're wrong, but I stand by you nonetheless.
But she's saying that there are no villains in real life.
And she's saying that.
Does it signify, or did she mean, that I have forgiven you?
That was forgiven many, many years ago. I don't think they would have reached here.
No, perhaps she's repeating that.
Well, she's saying that to herself also. You know, that there are no, who's the villain? Is Sony the villain? Is Parveen Babi the villain? Is Mahesh Bhatt the villain? Is Kiran Bhatt the villain? Or Lorraine Bright rather? Who's the villain? Is life the villain? Are circumstances the villain? Is being human, wretchedly human, the villain? So it was a nice frame to see both my parents, 77, 74, sitting down with such dignity, looking at this book called The Ashes Are Warm and talking about the past and summing it up with, there are no villains.
Do you remember your first meeting with Sony Razdan after your dad moved out?
But I remember my first meeting with Parveen Babi. I remember my father taking me to her home. And she was a beautiful woman.
And she was fine that time?
Well, I was too young to gauge, but she appeared fine to me. And the backstory is that she was going through, which my father told me much later in life, that she was going through a chapter at that time. And she wanted to see me because she thought something, I don't know, between the two of them. So he brought me over. And she was very generous to me. I'll never forget, she had this beautiful home. You know, when I go back into my memory, and there was a bottle of perfume, I'll never forget, Fiji perfume. And she just took it and gave it to me like that. And then began my predicament that how can I take this bottle of perfume home? What would my mother say? You know, the child is put into a quandary then. But I'll never forget the manner in which she gave me that perfume. So that's my memory of Parveen Babi. Is this beautiful movie star who was unraveling. But her impulse was to give something. And she just reached for that and she gave it to me. So I took the bottle home. I don't remember what I told my mother, but I did take it home. Yeah.
I used to love her. I mean, she was amazing. Apart from just being gorgeous, I think I was in love with her voice. I think she had a musical voice. If you actually see her, especially in movies like Bullet and Kalia, there is music in her voice.
Well, I mean, she was the first Indian actor to grace the cover of Time magazine. There must have been something, right, in her to have that privilege. And when I look back and I think of Zeenat Aman and Parveen Babi, they were women. You know? They were women. We had men and women in the industry in those days, Vicky. Then we had a spurt of little boys and girls. You know, when I was in my prime, there were boys and girls. There were no men and women.
And now?
Now they're generic, very generic. I don't see where are the men in the new lot. They're again young boys. So there's the Vinod Khanna. Sanjay Dutt also evolved into becoming Sanjay Dutt. The Sanjay Dutt of Rocky was a different Sanjay Dutt. Vinod Khanna, when you see him in Mera Gaon Mera Desh, Dharamji, I saw it after so many years and I said, oh my God, this could well be a international film in terms of how it was mounted for those days. And these guys could have been in a Western in Hollywood and they would fit right in. So they don't make him like that anymore, you know.
Surely was inspired from Mera Gaon Mera Desh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There is no Vinod Khanna. There is no another Amitabh Bachchan.
Well, I mean, you have Sunny
There is
and
no
Bobby,
Dilip Kumar.
Dharamji, and but
There is no Dharmendra.
I'm talking about their launch. You know, I mean, in the first film, to have that sort of swag and charisma, Vinod Khanna.
There is no Sanjeev Kumar. There is no Rishi Kapoor. The list is too long.
Yeah, the list is endless.
Okay, so you met.
So I met Parveen then. Sony I met because Sony would come to the house. Sony was acting with my father in a film before their romance started. So she would frequent the home. So I had memories of her coming home. And when the relationship bloomed, I'm not aware, but when it did bloom, my father decided to give it a name, not keep it hidden. And that's when he woke me up one night and told me that I must know that he is involved with Sony and he will be setting up a new home with her. And that should not make me feel as a child that I'm being abandoned, because he would never abandon me.
But he didn't legally part ways with your mother.
No.
He chose to convert his religion.
He would never do that. He would never do that, because I know one thing about my father, that he is the kind of man that once he holds your hand, whoever you are, he doesn't let go. He doesn't let go. That's applicable to the women in his life. It's applicable to people he's worked with, people who he's groomed, people who he's launched. He's there. You can rely on him.
So when did things become normal, if I can use that term? I mean, when did Sony start coming home after Mahesh Bhatt started staying with her?
Many years later, because I do remember that, of course, I mean, look, at that time, when any relationship ends, relationships don't end well, Vicky. If not, they don't end, you know. So I did see my mother's pain, that it's happening again. She's a very dignified woman. She didn't drag me or my brother into that in that sense. They've always maintained a decorum and grace with each other. They've never played the children against each other. In fact, there have been times when I fought with my mother and my father's come and taken her aside. And I'm like, hello. And he's like, listen, please don't ever think where my priorities lie. So they've always been very solid when it came to me. And when I say this, it's not just a line that my father might have moved out, but that's truly a matter of geography.
It took many years for things to become normal, right?
I think after, I don't remember exactly when, but very soon. For me, it was like an extended family. When Shaheen was born, the first person my father called from the hospital was my mother. And I'll never forget that moment when my mother came to me and said that, hey, you have a sister now. You know? So it just naturally became what it's become. Today, I have a far closer relationship, friendship with Sony than I possibly did when I was in my teens or when I was working.
And you have a great relationship with Alia and Shaheen also?
Yeah, because I mean, they've grown up in front of me. we might not have spent a lot of physical time together, especially now that, you know, Alia is working. We all have our own lives.
हाँ, but
We are
कभी
very-
फोन उठाकर बोलते हो चलो आज मिलते हैं, खाना साथ में खाते हैं, मैं आती
वो हम
हूँ.
मिलते हैं on special days. Like Christmas is a big thing in the family, you know, and birthdays and stuff like that. So we do. But we are generally a family, all of us. My brother lives next door to me. But we don't get into each other's space, or we don't get into each other's hair. I mean, it's like we are there for each other when we need the other to be.
But it was he, I think, who was affected more. He doesn't seem to have still come out of it.
Well, I
That
can't.
his father went on to leave his mother.
Well, I can't speak for him. I think everybody processes things differently. I've always said this, that you can be born to the same parents and look at the world very differently. Me, Rahul, Shaheen, Alia, we are fiercely independent individuals with absolutely different mindsets and thought processes. You can look out of the same window and never see the same view, Vicky. You can be born to the same man, to the same woman, and not have the same genes. So it's not a given that बाप या माँ ऐसी रहेगी तो आप भी वैसे रहेंगे. It's not a given कि अगर आपके माँ बाप बहुत अच्छे गायक हैं कि आप भी गाएंगे, या कलाकार है तो आप भी रहेंगे. It's not a given that if your father is very courageous, you will also be as courageous. So I think that it depends on people. I am somebody who chose not to let that be my defining tragedy. In my head and heart, I do not come from a broken home. My home is more together than most people's supposed functional homes. जहाँ पे आप on paper एक छत के नीचे रह रहे हैं, या on paper आपकी शादी आज तक है, but आपकी जिंदगी जो है बिल्कुल अलग है.
You know the saying in Bollywood, or I think I have made it in my own head. The more color coordinated you are with your spouse at a party, the less coordinated you are in real life.
Possibly, you're right. My point is that Bollywood is one thing. Look at society in general. How many people have a connection truly with their parents? How many parents can bare their souls to each other? Forget about the children. If you have that, you're privileged. You know, we're growing more and more apart, and with the mobile phone coming in, you're sitting at the same dining table, 4 people, you're buried in your phone. You don't even have a conversation. That's if you're sitting on the dining table at all. So my father was not conventional. He never went to work at the same time and came home at the same time. He was not the kind of guy who would be doing the usual things in that sense, but he's very conventional with regards to fulfilling his responsibilities as a man to his first wife, to his second wife, to his children. He's the moral backbone of the Bhatt family.
I remember he was the only boyfriend that Parveen Bhabi had who was there taking her body from the morgue. I think it was Cooper Hospital. And there were others who were not there.
Perhaps. But then there are few people now who stand with you. I mean, if I look back at my life, I mean, I've had my share of relationships. There are some people who are still in my life as very dear friends. And there are those who you have no connection with, right? So it depends on the people. But he is somebody who वो साथ नहीं छोड़ता है.
Why I'm saying is because Parveen's life was something very tragic in true sense. Whatever happened to her in the last few years, somebody may dismiss it off as a mess, but it is tragedy defined in absolute sense.
No, it is because she was not well. She was mentally ill. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't comment on the exact ailment, but she was not well. And when she came back after that time, And I remember her sitting in the Stardust office, if I'm not mistaken, using their Xerox machine. And she'd given a long drawn interview about Bachchan Saab still wanting to kill her and not eating anything but eggs because she thought she's going to be poisoned by the industry. So that is a mind that is paranoid and unraveling. And people were enjoying the circus.
At the Stardust office.
I mean, yeah, they printed that article. Instead of gauging that, hey, this is somebody who's speaking from a place of. So, of course, it's tragic.
I'll tell you a small story there. Her flat in Juhu, which is, I think, a building which is probably closest to the sea. I was looking out for a flat. I wanted to go and stay on rent. And I happened to see that flat. And this broker took me and he didn't tell me that kiska flat hai. When I entered the flat, I said, yes, we are taking this.
And you didn't know?
No.
Then?
And we all came down, and when we came down, we saw the nameplate. Luckily, we saw the nameplate because कौन देखता है nameplate खास करके उतरते वक्त. Then I asked my broker. He said, yeah, well, the truth is we did not venture into that flat. Eerie feeling, etc., whatever.
Yeah, but it's an energy field also, na? And especially if you've known of the person or known the person, then I guess a lot of people are uncomfortable, and naturally so. I mean, I would also rather move into a space where nobody has lived there. Forget about somebody having died in that flat. I would rather live in a smaller place which has not been inhabited before, because I believe in energy. We all emit energy, spaces have energy, objects have energy. So I'm a Piscean, na? So I'm more prone to also pick that up.
My mother was a Piscean.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, when was her birthday?
9th March.
Okay. March Piscean. 9th, a powerful number. Very powerful number.
I'm also 9.
You're also 9.
Yeah.
So I've got my symbols here. 6, because I'm 24th, so 24th is 6. 6 is ruled by Venus, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So there are only 3 days of the year that has the same symbols. 24th Feb, March 6th, and 15th March.
Wow.
So I got this thinking that the chances of bumping into people with the same signs are slim to none. Alia Bhatt, same symbols. 15th March. Makarand, 6th March. And I recently spoke with Hemant Chaturvedi, 6th March. So
As we move on to your movies,
Ji.
you started with Daddy.
Yes.
17-year-old Pooja Bhatt.
Yes. Who had no
Nice.
interest in acting. Who wanted to be an astronaut. जिसको आर्किटेक्ट बनना था, एस्ट्रोनॉट बनना था, मगर एक्टिंग के बारे में सोचा ही नहीं, बिकॉज मेरे घर में लोग आते जाते थे. आई ग्रू अप अराउंड स्मिता, शबाना, संजू, राज किरण, कुलभूषण खरबंदा, सुजीत सेन. माई होम वॉज अ वेरी फर्टाइल ग्राउंड. वो जमाने में तो दफ्तर ऐसे थे नहीं ना. माई फादर यूज्ड टू हैव एन ओपन हाउस. पीपल वुड कम and they would be sitting there, they would discuss stories, they would discuss each other's script, they would discuss life, death, divinity. It was a very passionate, fertile air. They didn't meet because साथ में काम कर रहे हैं. So, when I grew up around these people, and they were people who would love openly, talk about loss openly, and they never spoke down to me. Except for Sanju, who would keep telling me, kid, go to sleep. What are you doing awake? It's past your bedtime. And I would love Vinod Khanna. I remember it was my 9th birthday. I had chicken pox. So I couldn't have a birthday party. And one thing my parents always did for me, Vicky, they were not very well off, but my mother would save up and give me the best birthday parties. One of which Helen G had come to when she was working with Dad for Lahu Ke Dorang and gave me the Grimm's fairy tales. My 9th birthday, I couldn't have a birthday party. I had chicken pox. So Vinod Khanna had come home. And my dad, Vinod Khanna, and my mum and another friend, we sat down and we watched The Shining with Jack Nicholson. That was my 9th birthday. And I used to exchange Asterix and Obelix comics with guess who? Sanjeev Kumar.
Wow.
He was an Asterix freak. So I would go to his home in Union Park and he would keep a pile of Asterix and Obelix next to his feet. And I could take 2. So I had to borrow 2 and I had to return it. And then I could take 2 more.
Did you return?
Of course I returned to take 2 more. So that was my exchange with him. And I remember him sitting there in this room and he had this light source behind him. And you know, as you see the particles of dust dancing in that light, my memory of Sanjeev Kumar is that. Sitting in this chair with this beam of light, with these dancing particles and a pile of Asterix and Obelix comic books.
तो ये एस्ट्रोनॉट का शौक वहां से आया
एस्ट्रोनॉट का
Asterix
शॉट
से।
आया क्योंकि वो
बिकॉज एस्ट्रिक्स में वही था ना
वो भी था मगर मैंने Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the film, Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg's first movie, जब मैंने वो film देखी,
ओके
my life changed.
दैट वाज लेट 70s और अर्ली 80s
That was, yeah, late 70s.
या
So then I said, I used to sit in my grandmother's house in Baikala on her red Rexine sofa, I remember. And my grandmother's house was very unique. It used to share a wall with the Baikala Zoo. So our playing ground was the Baikala Zoo. We used to jump the wall and we used to land up in Baikala Zoo and we used to wander around all day, jump the wall and come back. And I used to look up at the sky and I used to say, please, E.T. Although E.T. came later, the UFOs, I said, please come and beam me up. So my obsession with all things to do with space and, you know.
Nowadays we have open zoos in suburbs
Yeah.
where lions and tigers are roaming in buildings. But that's a different story. Let's go to Daddy.
Yeah.
ये पिक्चर आपके और भट्ट साहब की
हाँ तो मैं
कहानी है
तो बेसिकली वेल इन द सेंस इट्स नॉट रियली मेरी और भट्ट साहब की कहानी इन दैट सेंस बट आई टेक यू बैक सो व्हाई डिड आई स्टार्ट बाय सेइंग कि मैं एक बहुत ही फर्टाइल ग्राउंड में बड़ी हुई वेयर देयर वर ऑल दीज मैजिकल immensely talented people who would come and go from my home. तो मुझे समझ में आ गया when I was very young that showbiz is not a cakewalk. It requires a lot of personal commitment. It requires putting yourself out there. You see, outsiders look at only the glamour aspect. When you grow up within the community, you see the failures, the pitfalls, the anguish of stardom, losing that stardom, gaining it back if you're lucky or not. You know? And then some people who are beyond that. So also watching them taught me that should be a part of your life. So I said, I don't want to be an actor. I want to do all of these different things. And then when my father wrote Daddy, he just offered it to me because it was the role of a 17-year-old. There was no big plan कि चलो अभी बिटिया को लॉन्च करते हैं फिल्मों में और पूजा के लिए कहानी लिखेंगे. None of that at all. He said, there's a role, you'll be right for it. Are you interested? I said, me and act? I don't think I can do it. He said, I'm giving you 24 hours, think about it and get back to me. I didn't get back to him. So he told me, he said, ठीक है, आपने मुझे जवाब नहीं दिया है. Dimple Kapadia has a daughter. मैं ये कहानी उनके पास hang on. So he said, अच्छा, you're not interested in being an actor, but you don't want this role to go elsewhere. You're made for this industry. And I said yes to Daddy. Because something in me said, life is knocking, accept it with both hands. But the story of Daddy, yes, there were great shades of his life with regards to his journey with alcoholism, quitting it, turning a leaf rather. But it's also a chapter from my mother's life. My mother met her father when she was about 35 years old because my grandmother and grandfather come from the time when the Second World War was on. We had met in Calcutta, and my grandfather was in the Canadian Royal Navy. And when the war ended, he went back. So my mom was very small then. So she'd never met her father. She thought he was dead. And then somebody connected with him, and she was told at the age of 35 that you have a father who's alive, and he came to India to see her. So it was inspired apart from that, and then his own life with regards to his journey with alcohol and his giving it up. That's how it was worked.
And then you said नहीं अब तो फिल्मिंग करनी है, आसमान के तारे भूल जाओ, इधर के स्टार्स के साथ मिलती हूँ.
ऐसा हुआ ही नहीं. तो फिर मैंने हाँ कह दिया. I went on to the sets with absolute humiliation, and my father told me very clearly, Vicky.
Absolute humiliation.
Yeah, humiliation. And humility and humiliation. Because my father told me very clearly, he said, देखो, don't take it for granted कि तुम मेरी बेटी हो तो तुमसे होगा. If you're not good, I am going to throw you out.
So that's the humiliation.
Yeah, I was like, and he said, Pooja, I'm not going to give anyone else the privilege of telling you कि तुमसे acting नहीं होता है. If you can't act, I will tell you you can't act. हम लोग ऐसे हैं नहीं जो एक दूसरे के वाह करते रहते हैं और कड़वी सच से हम एक दूसरे को बचाते हैं. So I was humiliated and finished before I even began. And I was aware that I'm working with Anupam, I'm working with Manohar Singh ji, working with Suhas Joshi, Sulba Arya,
but yet you come out as a very strong actor, because
so I was thrown into the deep end.
Somebody who has heard such remarks perhaps could be little,
but maybe I work best under pressure. So I went there
confidence.
With this sword hanging over my head, ke shot hoga. And also it's not only my dad. You see, I grew up with that unit. तो मुझे याद है कि पहले दिन शूटिंग कर रहे थे वो पाली हिल में with Neena Gupta and Akash Khurana. There was a scene. And I went to watch. And Zuchi was very kind. He rehearsed my next day's scene with me. The first scene of mine was when I walk into the hospital to the police station to bail him out. To bail Anupam out. And the policeman says, "Ki kaun hai?" He says, "Ye mera baap hai." So at Pack Up on the first day of shooting, Jagan, our sport boy, who's known me and seen me since a child, said, "कल तो पूजा बेटी का shooting है, अभी देखते हैं क्या होता है." In other words, कल तो पोल खुलने वाली है. So I was terrified, I was defeated, I was humiliated, I wanted to run, but I showed up the next day. My father set up a wide shot. Because he said wide shot में समझ जाता है कि कोई actor है या नहीं है. And I had to walk in and come and point to the cell. And I gave that shot and he said, "You passed the test." And then I had to give a close up when I would say, so I learned the line कि बदकिस्मती से ये बाप, the line was, बदकिस्मती से ये आदमी मेरा बाप है. तो अनुपम said, बदकिस्मती निकाल दो. तो I said, he said, no, you have to get used to it. कि ये last minute आपके dialogues change हो गए. Last minute आपको dialogue मिलेगा. You have to learn to adapt. And that was one of the greatest lessons I got. So the shot was okayed. And then I found my feet. And I loved that experience of Daddy. But then I said no to Ashiki, which was offered to me. Before the copy of Daddy came out. तो ऐसे नहीं कि मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि मैं यहीं पे कि वो आसमान के जो तारे हैं अभी मुझे यहाँ मिल गए. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. Daddy was a one-off for me. I did the film. I felt a sense of self-worth at 17 कि यार मैं भी कुछ कर सकती हूँ. मेरे अंदर भी कोई बात है जो कोई provoke करके एक feeling वो निकाल सकते हैं. My father is a wonderful director with actors, but you have to have it in you, ना, because start sound और cut के बीच में, it's you. You're out there on your own.
Your father is a wonderful director. That is a given. But what is not a given is that a young girl is offered Ashiki with such songs. I know for a fact that the songs were made before the film.
Yes.
And yet you say no.
I said no because I did Daddy. And I thought कि हो गया ना, मैंने एक फिल्म कर लिया है. And my boyfriend at that time, who's still one of my best friends, was not too happy with me continuing to be an actor. He didn't tell me don't do it. He never said you will not do this. But I figured, or I assumed that it would be better if I don't. तो मुकेश भट्ट मेरे घर आए, वो आशिकी के गाने रिकॉर्ड कर रहे थे राजकमल स्टूडियो में. उस ज़माने में तो मोबाइल फ़ोन थे नहीं. एंड ही वॉक्ड इनटू माय मम्स रूम, आई रिमेंबर, और उन्होंने ब्रीफकेस से क्रिस्प बंडल्स ऑफ कैश. I'd never seen so much money in my life, Vicky. And he said, here. I said, what is this, Chachu? He said, this is your signing amount for Ashiki. I said, मैं नहीं कर रही हूँ. He said, what? I said, नहीं, अभी हो गया मेरा. I don't want to work anymore. So he took the money, put it back, and went to the passage where the phone was and called my father in Rajkamal and said, बेटी पागल हो गई है. वो कह रही है कि उसको फिल्म नहीं करना है. So he said, yeah, speak. And I remember going on to the phone and I could just hear my father breathing heavily. And he said, you do not want to act anymore. So I said, no, I'm done now with daddy. I don't want to do this. But he said, you will regret this. He said, but I can tell you something, that you're meant to be in this business. The destination might not be guaranteed, or you might not know the destination, but the flight is guaranteed. So I said, I don't want to do it.
Internet.
Okay, but left my house. And he never ever came back to me with notes like that. So I said no to Ashiki. Then I went to the sets of Ashiki in Ooty and became great friends with Deepak and Rahul. And I knew Rahul from earlier. And I said, yaar, why am I depriving myself from this? And I said yes to Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi. So sometimes you have to lose something to appreciate the next.
Internet says
Yeah.
that the boyfriend you are referring to is Bobby Deol.
No. Bobby Deol happened much later. Internet, you should not believe everything that you read on the internet. The internet is lazy. I met Bobby Deol much later in my life.
And fell in love with him.
Of course. What's not to fall in love with?
What happened? Why did the relationship?
Well, we grew in different directions, and I don't think I would. It was a magical time of my life, and he was a magical human being to be with. But I don't think it is in good taste to sit down today and talk about why my relationship with him ended or was. It was. We never denied it. He's a married man today, father of grown-up children, has a wonderful new surge in his career. I loved him in Animal. For me, he made the film. So happy for him. I'm not going to trivialize that equation, the time I've spent with somebody, by getting into the why didn't work, or it worked till it didn't work. That's it. Dignity and grace for the present, for not only your own life, but for the people who have been in your life and the people who they have in their life, is a very important thing to maintain.
You mentioned Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi. I cannot forget that scene
Which
where
one?
you asked for a lift.
People were very shocked then, Vicky, because I had to lift my silk skirt up to my knee.
Yes.
And my black stockings were on my leg, and people were like, oh my God. Now in this day and age, isn't it so tame? Huh? In this day and age, if you had to stop a car on the road in a modern film, would a lady just be lifting her skirt up to her knee? I don't think so.
Whose idea was this scene?
Well, it's common knowledge that Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi was a remake of It Happened One Night. Chori Chori was also a remake of It Happened One Night. They concealed the source. My father, being my father, did not conceal the source. Like Picasso says, average artists copy, great artists steal. और नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए. So that scene was there in the original. And of course, we added a lot more to it that was not in the original.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
not
there.
exact replica.
The Cary Grant, image of asking for a lift, it's there. That was a reference for even Amir to watch and play out. But of course, it's not the same because we are different. So we bring to it our energy.
But this scene was done better than in It Happened One Night.
Well, I'm happy that you feel so.
Nobody told you this.
They might have. I don't think very many people saw the original also, no?
You don't like to be praised, right?
I love to be praised, but my point is that for me to sit here at 54 and blush about what happened at 19 is, I'm somebody who moves on in life. Vicky.
I'm not asking you to blush.
No, I know what you mean. No, but okay, I'll take the praise. Thank you. You're right. I take criticism better than I take praise.
Your brother Rahul Bhatt says that Pooja in our Khandan is the most attractive, most beautiful any other person in our Khandan. And I think they are talking about Alia that time.
Yeah, well,
He says, nahi, Pooja is better.
Well, I think what he was trying to say was that when I was at my supposed peak, when I was the nation's heartthrob, when I think it's fair to say that anybody between the age of 40 to 55, or definitely from in their 50s, had a poster of mine on their wall at that time. And I'm very grateful for the love that I received. Very grateful for the fact that people not only loved me for the films that I did, Vicky. I got so much of love from people my age when I went into the world and they said, we love your movies, but we love you for the way you are, for the way you speak, for how truthful you are, how unvarnished you are, because we can relate to that. Finally, we have a young person on the Indian screen who is reflecting our aspirations, who says openly that if I don't have a boyfriend at 19, when will I have a boyfriend? Who never hid the heartbreak, who didn't only talk about the attributes, but spoke out about the fact that, hey, this is not working, or I'm depressed, or I'm low, or I've fallen. And that is what's also given me a lot of courage to continue to be myself. One thing is the parents that you're born to or the close-knit people that you have, but you do get a energy back from the world at large. And I got very positive energy when I went into the world. The industry looked at me differently. The industry wanted to constrict me, a large part of it. They would be like, but you don't have to be so open. Why must you say this? Why must you, you're not traditional enough to play this part. And I'm like, in that case, don't cast me. The audiences never judged me. It was my very own who did, which happens most of the time. Like when I gave up alcohol, for example. I'm jumping, but important point and connected. My own friends, some of them, my own inner circle, said, "Isse to hoga hi nahi." And when they saw me continue, said, "Yaar, have one drink, na, for me. It's my birthday, have one drink. It's my anniversary, have one drink." You become very boring after you've quit alcohol. But when I called up Deepak Wines after a year or two to order wine for somebody else, there was fear in that guy's voice, saying that मैंने तो सुना कि आपने छोड़ दिया. I said, हाँ, छोड़ दिया है. नहीं, मुझे लगा कि आपका phone आया तो. So a stranger whose business is selling booze had more empathy than certain people in my own circle. So the industry was very judgmental. The world was not. So coming back to what my brother felt, so he possibly was comparing those times. We had very generous audiences and we had stardom when there was no connectivity. There was no social media. There was none of that. How do you gauge whether people love you? By going out into the world and then at the box office. So where he's coming from is possibly that. He's kind, he's generous. I don't believe that you can compare one to the other. Me and Alia are very different from each other. I've had my time, this is her time. And she has certain attributes and she has certain ways of navigating this business that I didn't have, Vicky. She's very astute. That game that you're meant to play, she knows how to play it and she does it marvelously.
Is keeping quiet, being diplomatic, and not saying certain things at certain times astute?
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about her choices that she's made as an actor, the filmmakers that she chose to work with, the hours that she put in with regards to rehearsing. You know, for example, her first film, she went on her own and auditioned for Student of the Year. Sony took her. She put in a lot of work to get into that shape, you know. And the choices she's made after that, whether it's working with a Sanjay Leela Bhansali, we know that that process is not an easy one. And I'm saying that in the best possible way because he's a man who's precise and who's passionate. So he likes to make his movies in a certain way and takes his time making them. So an actor has to be truly committed. So she's put in the hours and the work to be able to pull off a Gangubai. I'm talking about that way. Her choices as a human being, whether she chooses to speak, not speak, show her true self to the world, that's her business. I'm not here to tell her or anybody else how to lead their life. And in fact, I even said this at Shine's book launch. I said the reason you're more successful is because you know exactly what to share and what not to share.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. You know? So, I'm talking about that. But Raha, Alia, me, I'm not even talking about Shine because she's not in that stream of acting. Why do you buy a new phone? You upgrade, right? To a phone with more features, right? So I would like to believe that she is an upgraded model. And there will be an even more upgraded model with her daughter when she decides to be an actor. So the joke in the Bhatt family is, and that's my joke, is that we put a Bhatt out there every 20 years. I mean, okay, Raha's a Kapoor, technically. So that takes care of 2 generations of people with regards to their...
Does your instinct say that Raha will become an actress?
I think she is born to be one. Unless she becomes a NASA scientist, I don't know. If you look at that child, she's riveting. And look at the genes. While I said earlier that it's not guaranteed, nothing is guaranteed.
But there is something that makes you say it.
There's a spark that you see. I mean, when she walks into the room, everybody pales in comparison. You know, your eye only wants to rest on her. So that's it. But having said that, I think that, you know, the national obsession with her is a bit scary. You need to allow children to grow up. So then when they have this whole nepotism talk, I'm saying on one hand you have this nepotism debate, and then on one hand you only want news on Raha. You chant her name when Ranbir and Alia go to a stadium. Then come on, aren't you being a bit hypocritical yourselves? The audience eventually decides your fate.
अगर नेपोटिज्म की वजह से एक्टर्स चलते होते
तो बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जिनको I agree with.
And come on yaar, if a successful actor's son or daughter wants to become an actor and he or she has it in him, what's wrong? Then we wouldn't have had Rishi Kapoor,
Yeah.
who is easily, I think, as good as anybody else.
Rishi Kapoor.
I don't want to take names here.
No. Rishi Kapoor, according to me, my greatest lessons as an actor I have got from who? Mithun Chakrabarti and Rishi Kapoor. I had the privilege of working with both of them. The films that I did might not have done very well, but the lessons I got from just being in the same space as them and not told as lessons, unimaginable. Rishi Kapoor, I think, was perhaps the most underrated actor of his time. Same with Mithun Da. They didn't get their due when they should have. You know, effortless, not thought of at all. And didn't make a big deal about it. I mean, one of the greatest lessons that Mithun Da gave me, I remember shooting with him for Naraz, shooting in Malaysia. And we had a shot to give in the middle of the street. And my father gets very agitated when it's an outdoor location and there's crowd and traffic. And we were shooting on film. You see, now it's a digital age. Earlier, why couldn't anybody and everybody break through? Because that film can was expensive. So for them to roll that on you was a privilege. So I gave 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots ho gaye, but sab se theek hai, okay, pack up. And we were walking across the road. And I just went like, so he said, kya ho gaya? Pooch. He used to call me Pooch. So I said, कुछ नहीं दादा, मुझे लग रहा है कि वो shot ठीक नहीं हुआ. He just stopped in the middle of the traffic, Vicky, and said, hey. He said, ये आमिर खान का भूत जो है ना तुम्हारे अंदर से निकालो. क्या फिल्म का स्टॉक तुम घर से ला रही हो? So I just looked at him like that. He said, first take. ठीक है, नहीं हुआ. Second take. Maximum third take. Give it your all and move on. Perfection at whose cost? Life lesson. Now people are warming up because it's digital. You're using your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth take as a rehearsal. We had to give our life in the first few because we were reminded, like my father told me first day, na, Daddy, you're not going to be good, I'm going to throw you out.
So what?
Six takes, get it right. If not, you're in trouble.
So what happened in Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi?
What happened?
That perfection shots कितने हो रहे थे?
नहीं होते थे, not so much.
आप खफा नहीं हो जाते थे?
नहीं. He was, I mean, in fact, I have to thank Amir for one thing. My first day of shooting of Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi, the title song, I had never lip synced in my life. Daddy was a film that didn't have songs. And I was a Bandra girl who wanted to be an astronaut. Not filmy in that sense. Never practiced lip syncing at home in front of the mirror. And day one, I had to do this title song with Amir, where I'm in this white satin gown. Okay. And I'm 6 inches from him. And another very important discussion that had happened during Daddy, when the film got over, was should they retain Pooja Bhatt's voice or not? Because my voice is not a typical voice. It's got a husky tenor to it. It's an alto voice in comparison to a soprano voice. So the discussion was कि नहीं यार उसकी आवाज़ जो है थोड़ी अलग है. Will India accept this voice or not? Dubbing artist को बुला लेते हैं ताकि we use a more feminine voice.
Who had this apprehension?
The sound recordists. You know, the people who were in charge of the post-production. Then my father was called in and, you know, they made him hear some sample voice on my face. And he said, no, nothing doing. Either India love her and accept her for what she is, or they reject her for what she is. So I must thank him for not giving me my voice in the true sense, but giving me my voice in more ways than one. You know, he never curtailed or stifled my voice. So, Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi, day one, I'm on the set, Amir Khan is here. Anuradha ji has sung the song beautifully, hitting the most amazing high notes, and I'm supposed to lip sync. Now, lip sync chodo, I'm worried about how my alto voice will sound completely baser right in front of his face. तो मैं गा ही नहीं रही हूँ, मेरा मुंह खुल ही नहीं रहा है. My dad's like, sing. Lip sync is going off, sing. And I'm like, I can't do this, sing. So I said, no. He says, for God's sake, Pooja, what's your problem? Come on, sing along. Sound recordist साथ में गाना गा रहा था, assistant director साथ में गाना गा रहा था, पूरी यूनिट को भट्ट साहब ने बोला गाना गाओ ताकि ये कॉन्शियस नहीं रहे. And I had to feed him कलिंगर. गाना गा के वो कलिंगर खिलाती हूँ. तो one point आबे से पूजा अगर एक और पीस दे दोगी ना मुझे, I'm going to end up in hospital. So the collective fear got to me and then I gave that shot. So that trepidation that she's feeling, the anxiety, the nervousness was all real. But then, of course, I mean, he is somebody who rehearses. And then he's somebody who's, well, some people would say intrusive, some people would say extremely and very interested in every aspect of the film. So he'll question, why are you wearing heels that are so big? That's not the character. But I learned a lot from him. His precision, for example, you know, as an actor, precise actor. And also a very important lesson. He said, Pooja, when I'm giving a shot now, even if it's my OS, he says, abhi main dekh raha hu, to main apna shoulder dekh raha hu. Well, I am somebody who is not quite like that, but his precision is something that I take away, you know. And he was a star by then.
No, he has a fantastic script sense.
And he was right about one thing that me and Anna Singh were completely wrong about. He was wrong about a lot of other things, but he was right about one thing, was that cap. That cap was his addition to the film. He took it from his nephew, Imran, I think. And he brought it and we said, oh my God, you can't wear this. This is like a child's cap. He said, but that's exactly where I got it from my nephew. He said, you can't wear it. We were making fun of it. And that cap became a rage. It was sold on every street corner.
Yeah.
So he was right there, you know.
What were the wrong things?
I mean, not that I remember clearly, but there were a lot of things that he's not all-knowing and correct always. And we used to pull each other's leg a lot. We were like Tom and Jerry in that sense. We were always kind of, putting each other in our respective places. In fact, it was his birthday recently, his 60th birthday. And I had gone to Ira, his daughter's community center, to see the wonderful work that she's done. And I had something precious. It was a boarding card of the Indian Airlines flight from our first schedule of Dil Hai Ki Manta Mein when we were returning from Ooty. So I had it for the last 30 years and with his note written at the back because the date was there, 1990. And I took it with me and I said, Amir, I brought you a present, but I'm not going to give it to you. He said, why? I said, because it's remained safe with me for so long. I don't think it's going to remain safe with you. And I took it out of my bag and I showed it to him and his eyes almost fell out of his socket. He was so taken aback and was so moved, I think. And he said, can I take a picture of it? I said, of course. So he took a picture of it and returned it to me. So life does come full circle.
But I still feel he has a lot of things in the right place because abhi bhi uski picture mein dekho, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, most of them have something.
See, he's a Piscean like me.
Something good.
Right? So he's very interested in the process. We don't do anything halfway.
Something not stupid.
No, of course. We like to do things fully. So I've only done Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi with him. And his ease, his sense of comedy, his precision, I picked up a lot from him.
It was said that Amir Khan got attracted to Pooja Bhatt in Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi.
Well, you should ask Amir that question, and I was pretty attractive, right? So, would you blame him if he was?
Did you get attracted to Amir Khan?
I mean, I found Amir Khan delightful, but for me, my first hero, who I hero worshipped, who I had the ultimate crush on, the first and only Indian actor's poster that I've had on my wall was Sanjay Dutt, the Naam poster, So he was my ultimate crush growing up.
I think कुछ articles ऐसे भी आए थे कि they are in love.
Who?
Amir and you.
Amir and me were totally in love with each other when the camera was rolling, when Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi was happening.
Not when the camera was off.
No. I don't... there was a spark. For sure. Great chemistry. But did that spark bloom into anything tangible? Of consequence? I don't think so.
The real friend, I think, Pooja, you have had, and you've been very close to, is Sanju.
Well, Sanju is not a friend. Sanju is somebody who looks at me like I'm a child still and talks to me like I'm 3 years old and got most upset when I got married, landed up on my set. I was shooting for Paap in Film City and suddenly the air changed. And I said, kya ho gaya? He said, Baba aage, Baba aage, Baba aage. And I went out and there was Sanju standing at a distance with Milan Luthria. He was shooting for Milan for a film in those days. With kajal in his eyes and wearing a black Pathan suit, giving me the dirtiest look possible, glowering at me. And I said, what happened? He said, you got married. I said, yeah, I got married, Sanju. What is this? So I said, I got married. You should be happy. I've not run off, eloped with somebody and done something dastardly. You're not living in sin with somebody. Gave me so much of grief. And then of course when I asked him about it later, he said, but see, I was right now. So I can't even blame him for that. You know what I mean?
He had the cheek to tell you that.
But that's my relationship with him. But I can also tell him things and get away with them because I allow, it's a two-way process. I mean, I love him. Whether I see him or I don't see him, whether he chooses to be whatever he is, there is great love there. And so my job on Thadak set, I used to call myself the lion tamer. So my job was to get Sanjay Dutt onto the set. Like he told me, he said, initiate the conversation to make the film happen. I said, it's not my brand, Sanju. Talk to MB, that's Mukesh Bhatt. He said, no, you will speak. So I came back from Delhi where I'd met Sanj and I had initiated the conversation and that's how the film happened. He said, forget about anything, Pooja. I want to be on set with Dad. I want that time again. because we had great fun making our films, Vicky.
Your father also has a special relationship with him.
My father has been there for Sanjay Dutt. My father had given up direction. For him, in his head and heart, Zakham will always be the last story that erupted from his heart to tell. He only stepped back to do the nuts and bolts job of Sadak 2 because Sanjay Dutt would never have taken instruction from anybody else. So it was me who pressurized my father and said, ये फिल्म बनेगी नहीं अगर आप किसी और को बुलाएंगे तो वो इंस्ट्रक्शन लेगा ही नहीं.
Pooja, take me through Zakham. I have a feeling that this is your film which you're most proud of.
I certainly am, not only as an actor but also as a filmmaker because I produced it. My initial reaction was, let's cast somebody else to play this part because I knew that it was a film that was going to be my father's last film. It was an ode to his mother, my grandmother, Shireen Muhammad Ali, who was a very major influence in my life. And I was very close to my grandmother, Shireen Muhammad Ali. She's been a major influence in my life growing up. She taught me to cross the street. She used to take me to Navina's every Wednesday. We lived in Shivaji Park. Taught me to make the sign of the cross. Took me to Siddhivinayak every Tuesday. My love for Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, comes from her. And I was terrified at the thought of playing her and getting it wrong. So in fact, I told my father, I said, let's cast somebody else. And he gave me no choice. He said, no, you have to play this part. Went onto the set. Kunal Khemu again was told very clearly that Ajay Devgan, Pooja Bhatt, Sonali Bendre, anybody else in this movie is fine. You are the hero of this movie. So we were playing off him, but what a co-star. If you ask me who's my favorite co-star till date, who did I fall utterly in love with? It was that child Kunal who was so grown for his years, so mature, and who you had to be on your toes with because एक second के लिए अगर आपका attention अगर waver होता ना Vicky, he would come and take the ball away from you and goal would happen, you know. So while being on that set was the most intense phase when I look back. I was 25 years old then, I think. Tanusha Chandra was a great help. She was assisting my father. So she would really help me with the scenes. What hit me very hard was when I was enacting the scenes with Kunal. For the first time, I started seeing my father's life as a boy. I'd heard all the stories about his growing up and the home situation and all of that. But suddenly you're in a scene, you're in a situation that you have to believe is real, and there's this young boy in front of you, and that's meant to be Mahesh Bhatt. So you're watching the life play out in the scene in front of you. And it hit me then that my father never had the privilege of being a child. He was forced to grow up by circumstances, by the people in his life, by life really early on. So I looked at him with a far more empathetic eye after that, you know, that he must have been so lonely to live with that. And which is why this story had to be told. So I think that Zakham was and will always be his last film. It will be a film that will be mentioned in my obituary. And ironically, the first film he gave me, Daddy, and the last film that he gave me, Zakham. Both will be mentioned in my obituary too. So, Sadak 2 was a project. It was Sanju's impulse, his desire to be back on set with Mahesh Bhatt again, to relive those days again, to take a film that he believed in always, far more than most. I remember him coming to the house once before we went off for the schedule of Sadak 2 in Ooty. And we were all, very high on Dil Hai Ke Mantani at that time because we got a sense when we were shooting Dil Hai Ke Mantani that this is a winner. Sometimes you get that feeling. And he came one day and he said, यार तुम लोग ज़्यादा उछलो मत था दिल के बांधने को लेकर. It's all very well you're doing this. Sadak is going to be a bigger hit. Don't give up on it. We would have given up on it. He says, no, give it more attention. And he was right. Because Sadak was a much bigger hit at the box office. So Sanju's desire converted to that film being made. And the script was written, all of that. Then the big question was who's going to direct it? So few names came up. They were rejected because of whatever reason. My father tried to push me. He said, you do it. I said, I am not doing it. I put this together. I'm that photo on the wall in this. I'm not directing it. So he said, who will? So I said, unfortunately, it's going to be left to you to come and do that job because he's, as they say, you know, some of us are built like that where we are one master dogs. He said, he is not going to take instruction from anybody else, but Saab, he will only take instruction from you. And that's what it was. So that was not his last film, Zakham is. So it will always be precious to me. It won me my national award on Best Film on National Integration. Watching the geniuses that were M.M. Cream and Bakshi Saab and, you know, my father in action, but it happened with such ease. It's a part of our life. So when people hear Gali Mein Aaj Chand Nikla and say, yaar kya kamal ka gana hai, ironically an anthem for both Karwa Chauth as well as for Chandrat. So the power of cinema and music to unite is visible in Zakham, which is why the NDA government at that time gave it Best Film on National Integration, even though the industry resisted and was not sure whether they should be giving it a certificate or not. We had our issues, but finally the intention was seen. So I always tell filmmakers, I said, घूम फिर के चाहे सेंसर बोर्ड हो या गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हो, जो भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में हो उस टाइम पर, नियत से बड़ी चीज कोई होती नहीं है. They understand what your intention is.
Did you enjoy your stint of making films?
Yeah, very much.
Paap, Holiday, Dokha.
Tamanna, my first film. I was 25 years old. I was India's youngest female producer. Won my first national award for Tamanna. And a movie that I felt very strongly about because true story. Again, Tiku was known to my father. Tiku used to do hair for my grandmother when she was an actor in the 1930s, you know. And this story of a eunuch picking up this girl from a garbage dump with a half-eaten face, you know, a face eaten by a rat and giving her life, for me was so life-affirming. And then we brought in the whole angle of female infanticide, where in a country where we worship the female goddess, we rather have a male heir or a firstborn being male. So again, the dichotomy and the hypocrisy of it, you know, we say one thing, but we live another. So Tamanna made me grow up, made me realize that there's an India that is alive and teeming, and actually India exists outside Mumbai, outside the film industry. Gave me my sense of self-worth because before that I was dwindling. I was doing movies, sure, but my heart was not in regular commercial cinema. So if you look at the number of films I've done, Vicky, in comparison to my, you know, contemporaries, they're fewer. Because for me, the role was important. For me, it was important to be on a set where I felt in sync, not just ticking boxes.
Paap, Holiday, Dokha.
तमन्ना के बाद मैंने क्या बनाया मुझे याद भी नहीं. तमन्ना, दुश्मन, जख्म, सुर, then जिस्म, पाप, रोग, धोखा. So I've had my share of films.
Holiday also, right?
Holiday, yes.
Yeah.
Holiday was made after Rogue. And I loved math. So I found my feet in filmmaking. I discovered that I was very efficient. I could run a tight ship. I could do 4 people's job. I discovered the joy of production design. And my film was styled by me. And I had a heart for music. I don't say ear for music, I say heart for music. Because I've been taught by my father that you don't listen to music with your ear, you listen with your heart. And which is why the music of Paap will be remembered forever. And the location of putting Spiti on the map, like we did with Jism, we put Pondicherry on the map for the average Indian film viewer, goer, who did not even know that there is a place like Pondicherry that exists in our country, glorious space. So for me, it was about breaking new ground, you know, launching new people, whether it was the energy of John Abraham, Pondicherry's vibe, Udita with Spiti, a new kind of heroine. Spiti had never been seen on the Indian screen before. We couldn't afford Ladakh, which was the conventional place to go to at that time of year. And then new things happened. Rahat's voice was introduced to India and was loved by all. It started a Sufi, romantic genre of music, Man Ki Lagan, that the conventional people thought would not work, but India loved it and still hears it. So I'm happy that I've done my bit to break new ground, push the envelope, not only as Pooja Bhatt, the actor and star, who did push the envelope a bit much, I think. I did it as a filmmaker as well.
You received a lot of fame with Jism.
Jism turned the tide. It was the first adult love story of our times, where we had two people who were unapologetic. We had a female character saying, "Ye jism pyar karna nahi janta. Janta hai to sirf bhook," which means the body does not know love, it only knows lust. And India loved it. But before that, we were told, it's not going to be accepted. How can a woman say this? You know, a hero who represented the times, instant gratification takes too long, was seeking some sort of fulfillment in sexual encounters, not finding it. The loneliness of the times was reflected in Jism.
You chose Bipasha straight away, like she was your first choice?
My choice at that time was Bipasha Basu or Diana Hayden. Diana Hayden was at that time in London, and I had a few talks with her as well. And I went with Bipasha. And I must say, one of the people who helped me decide was Ashutosh Gavarekar, who I just met at a party randomly. And I said, Ashu, come on. Diana Hayden, Bipasha Basu, tell me. And he said, Bipasha. So I always thank him for giving me that little nudge in that direction. Though my father was very clear. He said, Bipasha would be right. He said, both of you are prudes somewhere. So when I remember going to meet her and she was sitting there, she was shooting for Vikram Bhatt. And I told her only one thing. I said, see, Bipasha, we have to create a new kind of heroine. But how far you go is up to you. If you're going to feel vulgar, you're going to look vulgar. And I'm, as a female director, Vicky, I cannot train the camera on the female body in a vulgar manner. My gaze is what it is. I've worn swimsuits and posed for photographs in my life back in the day. People might say, oh my God, but they would never say vulgar. Because I don't feel vulgar. And that's again a lesson I got from my father, saying that if you feel vulgar, you're going to look vulgar. So I had to carry that forward. In fact, the greatest criticism about Jism 2 with Sunny Leone was, yeah, you've cast an adult film star and humanized her. I said, that might be her profession in America. For me, she's a glorious, gorgeous woman who my camera will respect. Because my gaze will respect that. And your camera is your gaze, how you see the world. So your movies will show people what you are more than anything else will. But yeah, Jism turned the tide. There wouldn't have been a murder if there was no Jism. And the music of M.M. Creep, it all came together, yeah. It comes together. जब भी आप पहला नोट सही पकड़ते ना, सुर जब भी सही हो जाता है ना पहले नोट में, फिर गाना सही हो जाता है. Everything falls into place. The location, the costumes, the casting of Bipasha and John. John was cast before Bipasha. Because we wanted a new kind of hero.
He didn't tell you that cast Bipasha?
No.
I mean, they were dating even at that time.
Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And my father said, we need a hero like John Abraham. I said, you know John Abraham? He said, we need a man like him. You need a man. You don't need a boy. So that was a man introduced to the Indian screen, physically.
Was Sunny surprised when you went with that offer to her?
Yeah. Of course she must have been surprised. Because I wanted to cast her even before she came to Bigg Boss.
Because somebody welcoming her in India with open arms as a lead in a full-fledged film, a mainstream film,
America has not permitted an adult entertainer to permeate into mainstream entertainment. Give me one example of a woman who's become a movie star in the United States of America or in Hollywood. India accepted her. And I had this conversation with Dino before she was even in Big Boss, because I had seen her photo in India Today, a small little stamp size picture, when I was making just one. And I thought, before I even cast John or Bipasha, of casting her in just one.
after Dinah Hayden.
Before I thought of Diana Hayden only. I saw Sunny Leone's photo. In India Today had done a story on her. You know, in the end, the last page, one little stamp size picture, and I loved her face.
Then why didn't you cast her in
We
season
reached
one?
out to her agents then, and she had just got some major deal with whoever. So when I spoke to her about that, when we finally did Jism 2, she was not even aware of it. But then Bipasha was marvelous. And Bipasha on that hoarding with that never-ending leg of hers and her dusky complexion, I mean, it's iconic, if you ask me. So I'm glad it never happened.
It was so strategically used. I think the first hoarding, people could see it from a train.
Andheri Bridge.
Yeah.
Andheri Bridge, massive hoarding, and I'll never forget. I drove over Andheri Bridge and I looked and I saw the train passing, Vicky.
Yeah.
I saw people hanging out of the train and looking at that hoarding.
Yeah.
It was simplistic. Again, I had to fight my music company for that, because they were like, black on black nahi chalega. I said, nahi, yehi chalega. I said, nahi, contrast chahiye. You know, all the old thoughts, na?
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, nahi, yehi chalega. One image through the campaign, only the woman leading it. We didn't have very much money. It was a small budget film. So we could afford 4 hoardings in Bombay. So we picked the best. We said, instead of having rubbish in multitude, minimize, pick scale, size. So I told Nabil Abbas, who was my outdoor campaign manager, that get me sites that are going to be large, well situated. Less is more, but let's make that less one big stroke, one bold stroke.
Did Dino have any apprehensions of working with Sunny Leone?
Oh yeah. So this was Jism 1, but Jism 2 we were planning on making. I said, yeah, why not Sunny Leone, who I wanted for part 1. So I called Dino. I said, listen, have you heard of Sunny Leone? He said, no. I said, anyway, just Google her and call me back. He Googled her, called me back and said, Pooja, but no, yeah, we can't cast her. I said, okay, fine, all right, okay. And the next thing I know, she's in Big Boss. So I called for this emergency meeting and I told everyone, I said, if she can be on our television screens, in our homes, when families are watching, why can't she be in a feature film? Why? So they were like, okay. So then we called Raj Nayak, who's the head of colors at that time. And Raj saw an opportunity and he said, would one of you go in? Because I said, I had to find out why she was interested. I couldn't wait for her to come out of the house to then ask her. So I had an urgency. So he said, okay, will you or Bhatt Sahab go in? So I told Bhatt Sahab, I said, you go in. I'm not going in. I never, not knowing that I'll be going into the house as the contestant so many years later. So Bhatt Sahab went in and asked her, would you be open to doing this? And of course, as you know, the rest is history. So by the time she came out, I had signed her without even having met her. But I knew I would make her work, and she did. So she has a career today.
Is she in touch with you?
No, I mean, I met her she was there at the Big Boss launch, in fact. I met her last at Vikram's daughter's wedding. She was there with her kids. And I met her at the Big Boss launch when nobody knew I was going in. So I was sitting right next to her. With the other people.
Because if you weren't there, she wouldn't have been in India
Well,
with a career.
Look, she wouldn't have been there like that. She would have found her way differently, perhaps. But to get a tailor-made role like Jism 2, you know, music like that, take the brand forward. It was like blood in a shark pool. It worked. You know, she enhanced the brand enhanced her.
You spoke about pictures, earlier in this interview, some bold pictures which you gave, though not in these exact words. That cover in Movie Magazine,
Yes.
that body paint cover,
Yes.
and you received a lot of flack for it.
I received a lot of flack from a certain section. I received a lot of love from a certain section. But for me, it was not designed to be controversial. I was shown the cover of Vanity Fair magazine by Dinesh Raheja, a journalist who I have still the greatest regard for. Jeetu and Dinesh came to meet me. They said, Pooja, see this cover. I thought it was stunning. Demi Moore looked glorious. They said, we want to replicate this. I said, sure. I said, but who'll paint? So they said, Anna Singh will do it. I was shooting for Phir Teri Kahani Aa Gayi. Tere Dar Par Sana. Finished shooting at 9:30. Went to Jagdish Mali's studio. God bless him. He's not on this planet anymore. They painted me. I shot. Forgot about it. Magazine came out. Mayhem. Right? But then unfortunate incidents happened in the city. The most horrific thing happened in the city. There was a bomb blast, and people obviously could not be bothered with a young lady who decides to paint her body even though she's not naked. I was not naked in the photo. With Demi Moore, it said birthday suit. Play on words means she was naked under the paint. I was not naked. I was wearing a bra and, underwear in that sense, because we know what line to not cross. But I guess it was audacious and unthinkable for most. So I just did it. Vicky, the idea was not to be controversial. So I keep saying, niyat yaar. People talk about, "Yare, aap bahut controversial." Or what is controversial? It was just me being my authentic self, trusting the people I worked with, liking the idea that was shown to me, going for it. It turned out to be what it was. In fact, very recently it was brought up again and said, oh my God, it's a cult thing or whatever. But you can't do that by design, So I was just being my authentic self. And when the problem is that we're living in a world full of lies. So truth is so controversial today. So anybody speaking the truth is controversial because आपने तो झूठ बोल के अपने आप को सुला दिया है, पूरी कुदरत को सुला दिया है कि झूठ, बस हम झूठ खाएंगे, पिएंगे, स्वीकार करेंगे और एक दूसरे के ऊपर थोपेंगे.
But people are celebrating today. They are forwarding messages which are lies on WhatsApp groups.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. So for those times, I can understand there was far less lies being peddled in those days when I did that movie cover. But in this day and age, I think that line has only been crossed. No, there are women hired to dance and do vulgar dance movements. So where does the sanctimony come from is my question. I think that with the internet that is just upon us in the way it is, where lives have just been taken over. And like you said, lies being peddled constantly.
They're not just being peddled. People are beating up each other, abusing each other. If you fail to, toe their line, or if you say that what you are saying is not true, even if you have an opinion of your own, God save you.
That is true. It's not very easy times. I think it's like a might is right situation that we're living in. But I think to each their own. And you don't have to necessarily give your opinion loudly to communicate where you stand in life. And I just believe one thing is that you can stand anywhere you want, Vicky. You can stand with anyone you want, on any side you want, whether it's center, left, right, if you believe that. But if fear is driving you, and you will jump sides the minute there's a power shift, then what are you? The democracy, the last time I checked. So you have a right to your ideology no matter what it is. I cannot defend my right to speak and tell you that you must curtail your speech. It has to be a two-way street. But it's not where you stand. It's why you stand where you stand. And history will remember why you stand where you stand. And what drove you to stand there. That's what I believe.
Pooja, let's touch upon your marriage, which broke after 11 years. I lost out on the story.
Because I tweeted it.
Yeah, because you tweeted it and you started the trend and you spoiled it all.
Oh my God. I said before people come sniffing, let me put it out there. क्यों? Because सच है ना. सच है तो क्यों छुपाने का है यार?
मुझे ये बताओ, आज
जी.
Munish and you,
No, we don't.
Munish Makhija and you,
We don't speak.
don't meet, don't speak at
We
all.
haven't spoken for a long time. There was a time post our marriage that we were in a great space. I thought we were friends. The lockdown kind of drove us apart. And I think the lockdown did something interesting to the entire world. The masks came on and certain masks came off. So we had a friendship, so I thought. But that friendship was not a friendship. So it could not stand that test of time. It could not stand the test of that difficult time of the lockdown.
Has he got married?
I don't think so, and I don't know. And frankly, my dear, I don't care. I truly wish him well. No malice. I moved on, Vicky. Even though when my marriage my marriage with him ended, we still continued to be friends because there was mutual respect, so I thought. But that fizzled out. Where there is no respect, there is no relationship.
Did your father and did your mother tell you?
I told you so.
Maybe that?
No, they didn't. Tell me what.
Okay, Sanju told you.
Sanju told me then.
Yeah.
First of all, he told me, why did you get married? And when I reminded him about this, he said, see, but I was right now. So I had to give him that. I give Sanjay Dutt the license.
But did the parents say that इसको चलाओ थोड़ा marriage को?
No.
हमारे देश में ये बहुत है.
It was not my parents. There were a lot of my friends who told me that you've been married for 11 years. कि 11 साल हो गए हैं यार, क्यों शादी तोड़ रही हो? क्या कोई और है आपकी जिंदगी में? मैंने बोला नहीं, कोई और है ही नहीं. किसी और के बारे में सोचा ही नहीं. Because when I'm there, I'm fully there. And I was very clear that I did not want to blame this person for my unhappiness for the rest of my life. कि अगर हिम्मत है तो फिर उठो और अपने खुद के पैरों पे खड़े हो जाओ और जिंदगी जियो at the cost of being what the world calls lonely. Today, मैं खुद की रूह और आत्मा की रखवाली हूँ. I am the captain of my own ship. I have the courage to walk alone. I have had the privilege of some wonderful relationships in my life, but I today am enjoying the most profound and the most sacred relationship, which is my relationship with myself. Because जब भट्ट साहब ने मुझे एक मैसेज भेजा था December 2016 में, when my marriage was over, I was at a low ebb of life. क्योंकि जब शादी टूटती है, रिश्ता टूटता है 11 साल का, तो एक मौत की तरह होता है वो. I didn't give myself the time to mourn it. I just said I'm okay. And people were happy with me saying I'm okay. You know? I used alcohol as a crutch at that point.
Acha, that started your alcoholism.
I mean, I drank very heavily at that time. I used to be a social drinker before that. But that phase between 2014, when I knew my marriage was unraveling, and then I ended it. 2016, those 2 years I drank a lot because I was trying to put out the fire with gasoline. कि आग जल रही है आपके दिल के अंदर और आप घासलेट डाल रहे हो उसके ऊपर. शराब जो है आपको भड़काता है और सुलाता नहीं है. It's not a painkiller. But I was using it as one. और वो जब एक मैसेज आया भट्ट साहब से एक दिन, we were talking, उन्होंने कहा कि I love you kid. तो मैंने बोला कि I love you too पापा. In fact, you are the only person in my universe truly worth loving. और एक मैसेज आया विक्की और मेरी जिंदगी बदल गई. He said, if you love me, अगर तुम मुझसे प्यार करती हो तो अपने आप से प्यार करना सीखो. Because I live in you. And that message changed my life. 10 साल हो गए हैं मैंने एक बूंद शराब नहीं पी है. So today I am taking those words very seriously कि मैंने अपने आप से प्यार करना शुरू किया 10 साल पहले और वो लव स्टोरी कंटिन्यू हो रही है और बहुत अच्छी जा रही है. आई एम वेरी कंटेंट. तो am I open to love? Am I open to relationships? Sure I am. But it'll take quite a guy to be my companion because I don't want to tick the usual boxes. I'm not looking for a solution. I'm looking for a companion. A companion in the true sense of the word. If there is one, wonderful. If not, life is damn good. Like Mae West said, why are you single? Because I was born that way.
You don't feel lonely?
No.
Sometimes.
No. Why should I feel lonely? I have a full life. I choose to be by myself. I have wonderful parents and the best father in the universe. I have work that I enjoy doing. It's not I don't do it. I've got a life beyond cinema also that I don't really bring to the fore. Just because somebody is not putting it on Instagram doesn't mean that you're not living. You know? So why we put facts out there, there's a large life that is not for anyone's consumption. So lonely, I've seen more people feel with each other. विकी, जैसे आपने कहा कि जितने रंग बिरंगी कपड़े आप मैच कर रहे हैं, आपने देख लिया ना as an insider, as a watcher of the industry. When you're naming your spouse 25 million times in one sentence, there's a problem somewhere.
I've noticed this since 10, 15 years.
So why did I end my marriage? Because I got lonely in that relationship. किसी के साथ रहकर भी जब भी आप अपने आप को अकेला पाते हैं तो फिर वो रिश्ता रहा ही नहीं है, राइट?
बातचीत कम हो गई थी.
बातचीत की बात ही नहीं कि इट वाज यू आप बिखर जाते हैं यार. यू लूज ईच अदर विद इन द सेम होम. एक ही छत के नीचे आप रह रहे हैं मगर आप बिखर जाते हैं. आई एम श्योर लॉट ऑफ पीपल आउट देयर विल आइडेंटिफाई विद व्हाट आई एम सेइंग.
ये कॉल आपका था सेपरेट होने का?
हाँ, बिकॉज मैं अपने आप को झूठ नहीं बोल सकती. मैं दुनिया को झूठ बोल दूं, अपने आप को झूठ ना बोलूं.
और मुनीश ने
तो मैंने बोला कि देखो हमारा रिश्ता शुरू हुआ था. इट वाज स्टार्टेड ऑन फ्रेंडशिप, ऑन इक्वेशन ऑफ ट्रस्ट एंड ट्रूथ. आई हैव नेवर लुक्ड ओवर योर शोल्डर. आई नेवर विल. बट राइट नाउ I feel it's over. We have lost each other. I have lost myself as a woman. I want myself back. लाइफ जो है ड्रेस रिहर्सल नहीं है यार. एक चांस मिलता है आपको जिंदगी.
And he said yes.
Well, I told him it would be a lie if we continue it. It would be a lie and I can't live a lie. I'm not going to live a lie. Luckily, we didn't have any children. So we could think for ourselves. And then we were great friends for a while. और फिर लॉकडाउन हो गया. उसके बाद में हमारा फ्रेंडशिप जो था वो फिर लॉक हो गया.
You never thought of having children?
No. I didn't want to.
Why like that?
I don't know why I didn't.
So consciously?
So one of the reasons I think that I knew that my marriage is not working is because I didn't want to have kids. I love children.
Which means
But we had eight four-legged dogs together.
Which means that you had realized it pretty much earlier.
Yeah, of course. My point is कि कोई सुबह उठ के decide नहीं करता है ना अचानक 11 साल के बाद.
You didn't have children for 11 years means you had decided much earlier.
Yeah,
in the third or fourth year maybe.
I was 40 when I ended my marriage.
Yeah, right.
And in my 30s I was anyway working and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I had things to do.
But you had this hunch.
The body knows more than the mind. So that feeling was not there. And I follow my heart and I listen to my body. Listen to my instincts. So I still say that it was good while it lasted. But when it stopped being good, I had to get up and acknowledge that. Because you do each other great disservice when you remain with each other when there is no love and no mutual respect. He's a wonderful man on his own. I'm a wonderful person on my own. Together, not happening.
Apart from the fact that I applaud you for your honesty, for you being vocal, I must applaud you for quitting alcohol.
Thank you. That's my greatest achievement.
You know, when we were just starting this interview, when I happened to ask you off camera that if someone offers you a beer, would you have one just for a lark?
No.
You
Not
said
a
no.
sip. Not a sip. Yeah.
Even in a party, you know, if your best friend or
Even if the world was coming to an end, Vicky, अगर कोई मुझे बोले कि शराब पी दो और दुनिया जो है बच जाएगी, मैं नहीं पीऊंगी. मैं बोले जलने दो दुनिया को, मैं नहीं पी रही हूँ. I know how my life is better without it. I'm present for myself through good, bad, ugly. हम लोग हर बार भागने की कोशिश करते हैं यार हर चीज से. थोड़ा सा डिस्कम्फर्ट आ जाता है, भागने की कोशिश करते हैं. अभी मैं अपने आप को और करीब से देखती हूँ, जान गई हूँ, क्योंकि वो शराब निकल गया है इक्वेशन से. That's what I'm saying. So I'm whole today. I'm complete today. I'm not needy, which is why I don't feel lonely. Because I felt lonely, I used the bottle. और वो जो बोतल था, उसने साथ तो दिया था, हाँ मानना पड़ेगा उस बोतल को. There's a reason why alcohol sales are so high. Society does not deliver. Your husband or wife will not deliver. Your workplace will not deliver. The bottle delivers.
In what way?
It fulfills the need that you have at that time is to take your emptiness away.
But once the hangover drops, it comes back with renewed vigor, all your troubles.
Of course it does, but at that point it works, no? How many people use human beings for as that fix? Tell me. What is this whole world of Tinder and all of that stuff? No moral issues. But आपको अंदर एक अकेलापन महसूस होता है. आप चाहते हैं कि किसी और के साथ आप अपना अकेलापन को भगाएं. This first thing of, do you feel lonely? So you're not. No, I don't. I'm not going to be with somebody because I feel lonely, yaar. So if I feel lonely one day, I feel lonely. Am I going to use a human being like I use a substance? Sit out your goddamn loneliness. Deal with your discomfort. Don't use a person like it's a goddamn tissue paper that you will use and discard to drive away your inherent loneliness. Work on yourself. Get complete in your own head and heart. Then you can meet somebody on an even keel. That's why I say I don't want a solution. I don't need your money, by the grace of God. I don't need your license to whatever. You meet me on an even keel, theek hai yaar. I don't need tags.
So basically you are saying, say goodbye to momentary gratifications.
Yeah. I saw my parents on the table last night, Vicky, and that's how I'd like to end this. So many years later, there's inherent respect, mutual respect, kinship, humanity on that table. If I can have that with a man, any man, it could be from across seas. We don't have to share the same roof. Happily ever after does not exist like the way we show it in films. It exists when there is a spark that you refuse to let die down. And when you continue to feel that way about somebody in terms of not because you're using that person for your instant gratification.
This is extremely heartwarming, but I extend the interview by just one question. The interview will be incomplete, absolutely incomplete, if
Now
I don't
what?
ask you about the fallout between your dad and his brother, Mukesh Bhatt.
You know, the fallout between my dad and Mukesh Bhatt was a long time coming. They are two different people. Like I said earlier, you can be born to the same parents, but you don't have the same value systems. Mukesh Bhatt and my father, Mukesh Bhatt and Mahesh Bhatt, were a fantastic combination. They have given birth to countless cinemas. I am very grateful for that combination. I'm very grateful to Mukesh Bhatt for many things. He's taught me a lot. I was the first person in the family to become first female to become a producer and director. And I learned a lot of my tricks from him. Low cost, high quality. So very grateful. Why, how, what? That's not in my place to say. That's between two brothers. It was an intimate working relationship and it's an intimate equation. But let's just say that train left the station and it takes a lot for my father to turn away. A lot. He does not let go of somebody's hand, no matter what the provocation. So if he has decided to make that break, there must be something that must have caused him to do it. Not in my place to say it.
But he must have been very, very dejected.
Who?
Dad.
Well,
Giving so many years to Vishesh Films.
it's not about Vishesh films. Vishesh films and all that is all secondary. First, we as human beings. Yes, of course. It's amazing. You make movie. First, human beings. पहला तो रिश्ता है ना. रिश्ता है ना पहले. तो पहले रिश्ता निभाओ ना. Films, profit, loss क्या मरेंगे तो पैसे ऊपर लेके जाएंगे क्या? 100 ईयर का 100 बी का सेलिब्रेशन का ट्रॉफी ऊपर लेके जाएंगे, नेशनल अवार्ड ऊपर लेके जाएंगे. तो पहले रिश्ते निभाओ. तो वो रिश्ता जो है शायद मुकेश भट्ट निभा नहीं पाया. शायद बोल रही हूं मैं. I don't want to be the mouthpiece. I refuse to be. That's between two brothers. I have met Vishesh, we've spoken about it, and we've said let them sort it out if it has to be sorted out.
Acha, you are in touch with Vishesh.
Yeah, of course.
You are in touch with Mukesh's daughters also.
I haven't met Sakshi for a very long time, but Vishesh has reached out to me and I have great affection for him. That's not going to change. That's not dependent on anything. Vishesh was in touch with my dad also.
Because recently Mukesh Bhatt also made a statement that he was not invited for Alia's wedding.
That's between Alia and Mukesh Bhatt, yeah. Why should I get into Alia's guest list? What do I have to do with it? People need to understand that we are very independent people.
Very strong-headed
If I didn't
people,
want to come here for this interview,
very strong individuals.
If I did not want to come and talk to Vicky Lalwani today, Mahesh Bhatt could not make me do it. Right or wrong, you know that. So who am I to make Alia invite anybody? Alia's wedding was an intimate affair. She wanted to call who she wants to call, yaar. He's right to feel hurt. She's right to call who she wants to call. Who's anyone to say who's right is righter than the other one's right in that sense. Live and let live, yaar.
ये सारे adjectives जो आपके साथ लगते हैं ना,
जी,
feisty, firebrand, इससे ज़्यादा मैं ये कहूँगा कि you are vocal and you are honest.
Thank you.
And these two, if merged,
Our deadly combination.
is the best combination.
But I would like to just correct people. If firebrand bulana band karo, I'm a water sign. Water is the most deadly force of nature. One drop will fall, but it makes its way. पानी जो है ना अपनी जगह जो है ढूंढ लेता है, बना लेता है. आप पानी को रुका नहीं सकते हैं.
इसलिए तो मैंने शुरू में firebrand नहीं बोला ना. Mahesh Bhatt's firebrand daughter would have been the most boring, most repeated statement.
No, so, but I'm very grateful. He gave me, he didn't just, my mother and him gave birth to me, Vicky. He gave a rebirth. I mean, then he presented me in front of the world. That was the second birth. But he rebirthed me when he sent me that message that if you love me, love yourself.
What he was saying there is, in other words, that I love you so much and I'm really worried about you. You have to look after yourself.
That's what I read in between those lines.
Yes.
He never told me once to not drink, but I will just say my father's given me not one, but he's given me 3 lives. One was when I was born, him and my mother. Second was through Delhi, where he gave me a lease of life as far as the world knew me. And the third and most important was when he sent me that message and the course of my life changed. And boy, do I love myself now. So can I leave now?
I'm really very thankful to you for coming all the way here and doing this interview with me. And जितना भी मैं बोलूं about your dad,
वो कम है.
I sometimes feel that I should write a book on it.
You must. But I also want to add to all the people who are viewing this is that you came and sat with me and did my podcast, The Pooja Bhatt Show. And do you know it's one of the most heard, viewed episodes till date? More people have heard it on YouTube than they have heard even Mohit Suri and Mahesh Bhatt's episode, Vicky.
Is it?
Yes, this is a fact. So it was one of my favorite episodes. So thank you to you first. And being here is another way for me to say thank you, because we met that evening at Prithvi. And your question was, when are you sitting down with me? And I said, but first you have to come and do my podcast. And you showed up 2 days later. You did.
I can only thank God and say I'm blessed. Thank you, Pooja.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank
you.
you.
Are blessed as well because you are Mahesh Bhatt's daughter.
I am, no doubt. No doubt. It's my greatest blessing. And I don't take it for granted.